Hey, students. Hey, participants. Hey, viewers. Hey, people. I'm Lilla. I'm so excited to be here. Type in where you are. We have a giveaway today. I'm demonstrating. You can see all this gorgeous stuff. I got my palette wet and ready. Got my espresso ready. And I hope you're as excited as I am. You know, I I had an idea. I told the team I really want to do I've been doing demonstrations in class of traditional media. Hello, Art Lounge and Tia and Esther and New Jersey and Woodstock, New York and Nashville and UK and London and Canada. Oh, it's so good to see so many people. Let me do that. Okay. Yeah, so I'm happy to be here. And I've really been enjoying demonstrations, and it seemed like my students were happy as well. So I had an idea. I said, instead of me doing like a sales thing, I want to do content. I want to get people in love with traditional media. It's so important. And I'm going to tell you why. This is a 3-day on traditional media today, tomorrow, and even Saturday. I thought would be good for those who can't do a weekday. Traditional media, I was a professional illustrator for over a dozen years, full time. And I've been continuing to do art for a number of things, my courses and other projects. I have temporary tattoos coming out soon. How about that? I know some of you know. Hello, Louise and Becky. Hey, Becky. Becky's in the background. She's
Hello,
starting.
everyone. Hiya.
Uh, my peeps. Um, Here's why I made this about traditional media. When you work with the paint, with the pen, with the colored pencil, the gel pen, the dip pen, you are in the moment. If you slow down and make very simple marks, it's going to calm you down. It gets you back falling in love with the medium. It gets you to get out of the critical brain. I'm not good enough. I suck. This is terrible. And to look how that red paint mushes with the blue. Look how the scratch, the noise of the dip pen on the paper. I want you to fall in love with traditional media. But Lilla, I loved working in Procreate on my iPad. That's great. I'm not saying don't do that. Do traditional media, scan some of the stuff in, and because it's going to make, now I'm speaking as an agent, first as an illustrator, I was talking about the beauty of the materials and the sensory experience and how that's going to get you out of the critical mind. It's going to get you out of the judging, out of the intellectual mind, and into the body feeling being, soul, creative source. It will. So I wrote down some notes, and I'm going to read them because I didn't want to forget. Um, Art camp. This art camp is to prepare you or get you inspired for your upcoming courses, which are 25 to 40% off, I think. Yeah, 25 to 40% off. So do sign up. This will help you get motivated, get excited, and to try new things. I want you to get in touch with the sensuality of art materials, connecting on a very slow and mindful way, delighting in the beauty that even the smallest marks can create. And today, who knows what my favorite thing is? One of starts with the B. Oh, I gotta scroll this. Starts with the B. Brushes. Oh, I love brush. It's something I make with a brush on paper. Yes, I love the brush pen. Blobs. Thank you, Art Lounge. I love blobs. They're a very simple mark making form. That's what we're going to do today. Art joy. The joy of making art obliterates art insecurity. Remember that. Slow art. blobs slowly or lines, not making pictures. We're not making pictures today. What that does is it calms anxiety. Okay. And now I want to, if we go overhead, if we can go overhead, yeah, thank you. And you can make me get rid of me. Perfect. Okay, look at this pretty setup. I want to show you, one last sip of coffee. I want to show you how traditional media is great for your art career. This is by Katie Vernon. Can you see this? You can. Look at that beautiful watercolor. What she's getting. You cannot get some of these effects in digital media. And I know you're going to be, yeah, I can. Okay, well, but most likely, I don't think you can get how that water spills over. See that? This is Katie Vernon. These are all projects my artists have done with my art agency. And oh my God, look. Now, I know she also uses Procreate, I think, or Photoshop or something. But look at this smudgy black, the paint edge, that's called a paint edge, where you see sort of one edge goes into the next and leaves a mark. So probably these green leaves, oh no, I see some texture in them. I don't know. As her agent, I should know, but I don't know every single piece of art that my artists do. Let's see, we'll look at that in a minute. This is also by Katie Vernon, double checking. And look, you see what we have here? You see this beautiful edge and the paint blobbing into another. You see that? Yeah, it's hard. Christina says it's hard to get the random, lovely imperfections in Procreate. Thank you. Raquel says it's stunning. And there's something more intimate, and you're going to get into the texture. Also, art materials have a life of their own. My ink will blob, it'll smear, it'll drip off the pen, it'll splatter. The water in the watercolors will give the paint a life of its own. Yeah, watercolor, gouache, acrylic gouache, any water-based medium. Here we have Katie Vernon. Look at this. Look at the beauty of this. The mush and smush and drip and, what you're going to get with this. This is by Katie Vernon, another book my agency did. Here we have a fabulous example of what you're going to get. So, do you have to use traditional media in class with me? No. You don't have to do anything I say. You're the boss of you. You're the boss of you. Okay? You don't have to, but I want you to consider it. I want you, oh, look at this. So we send postcards out to our clients. This just came in. This is by one of our newest artists, Faye Ford. And look at the watercolor. What she gets is incredible. Look at that. Okay. These are, let me show you the other postcards that we just got in from the printer and we're sending out. This is by Mara Penny. And Mara, are you here, or Katie? Mara's coming to France with me for lettering. Excited about that. This is by Osa Galland. This is postcard. Aren't they great? And this is by Kay Wolfersberger. Notice, okay, Osa is so busy with kid book work. Can you see why? Whoops. You actually have to move sort of the opposite of what you think with the camera. She's so busy. Why? The scenes, the buildings, the people, the energy, the man in the water, the specificity of the cabin cruiser, the wooden boat, the cafe, the seafood, this food in the seafood window, the gait, the specificity. And then of course, how she does the kids, all these things we teach in that class. That class is coming up very soon in May. May sounds far away. That's next month. Um, and this is another great kid book piece. So those are postcards we send out. And you can see the back sides. Product flat lace. Love that one. Okay. Hey, is British Jenny in the house? Look at that. Yay, British Jenny. I hear it's your daughter's birthday or something. These I did not do with my agency. These are by Murali Patel. But these are arty books. I have a course called Arty Books. Yes, it's in the sale. And arty books are what I call nonfiction illustrated books. My friend Fear, Start Where You Are, Journey of Self-Exploration. And so you see, this is all hand done. I'm going to show you a page of mine. Look at that. And I used a fountain pen and then see the watercolor bits. I mean, my journal is all about traditional media. These are things that give you light. But let's look at her work. You see the texture she gets, the hand lettering in watercolor. It's so wonderful. Do you love it? Love the arty books. Thank you, Amy. Who's taken that course? Who's taken that? I love that. I love teaching it. That's also in the sale. Did I say that? Here's another book by her. She does a whole series of books. You probably have some of them. And I want to show you, look at this, like this, where the water has a life of its own. That's what I'm trying to tell you. And we'll get to that in a minute where I demonstrate. This is something I did. I found in my basement in a box of tear sheets, 1988. This is Family Addiction and the Code of Secrecy. One parent's habit is everybody's problem. This is called editorial work. I do have a course on that. It's self-paced. You can get it right away. And this, I'm telling a story by the body language of the girl, where her shoulders are squoze in and her arms straight. There's a passivity that she's making herself small and quiet, how it's squished in. A blindfold is like see no evil, and her mouth is very small and shut. She's saying there's no problem, and it says it's my fault. And here's a bottle of brandy and a hand. So it's telling a story. There are lots of ways I would tell stories in editorial work. I did a lot of magazine work, literally thousands, hundreds, let's say many hundreds of jobs over the years. This is when magazines were huge. So, and also this is probably acrylic paint. And here, but you see like the wateriness of the acrylic, and you see the canvas coming through. It's a bit raw. Okay, then I got this, the Provençal Book of Fairy Tales. I know probably a lot of you know them. And we're about to get to some artwork that I'm going to make. And these are reproductions from the olden days. So can you imagine what the original art is like? I mean, we're losing so much, but still, the marks you get like this, not sure you're seeing it fully on the screen. You see a little bit translucency coming through, a little bit of dirt and mess from the paint underneath. The lines, look at this, very subtle stuff. So, am I convincing you to fall in love or get back to traditional media or try it for the first time? Type in, am I doing my job? No, Lilla, it's a disaster. Oh, good. This is my goal for you. I want you to love it like I love it. Look, now we get to the fun stuff. So let's move this over here and move this over here. And look, I like to keep one paper towel and get it really gorgeous. Then I use them in my photos, my flat lace. So we're talking about blobs. I love blobs. I cannot lie. Okay, so it's a great way for you to warm up. it's a great way for you to try out your paints, trying out your paper. This is a smoother paper, which gives you this kind of look, watercolor paper. This is cold press. How do you remember cold press with the texture? Goosebumps. Hot press, smooth. This is it's in between the two, and this is just a sketch pad. And then sometimes this is I'm pretty sure this is an Arsh cold press. It looks like, feels like 140 pound, feels like a food, a cracker. And there's nothing better, but this was good. And look at this glitter. I think I might have showed you this before. And then I wrote in pen and ink on top. I want you to think about when you gather your supplies, pick a few colors, make a little, you know, color blobus. My kids are like, Mom, you make up words. Yeah, well, somebody has to. Okay, so, make yourself, grab 4 colors. And these happen to be Posca. This is a photo, a printout. This is more Posca, where I tested out every single color. I love you to do that. Test out every single thing. Oh, Sarah says my ring is a giant blob. It's understated. It's very quiet. You almost don't notice it. Test out your paints. Look at this. This is this. So that, not the top. This is that. That is that. That is that. That is that. See? And it's nice, and you can even rubber band it. This is just my travel palette. I think you've seen it before. Okay. Here is, see, this is a journal. And then I printed it out so I could show you. Copic marker, Prismacolor Premier, pencil, probably. That's not on here. And Artist Loft, AL. Yeah. So you see, I'm making little color palettes. Okay, here's my notes. This is, can you see that? The watermark? Arche France Aquarelle Arche. Beautiful. Now, as I was saying, where'd my other note go? Did I lose? How do I lose things? Ah, here it is. I wrote, this paper is thick. It's like a cracker or cake. What am I doing when I talk about the materials like this? I'm shifting from thinking to feeling. Inner critic to feeling. The inner critic, from inner critic to my senses. The sensuality of the art materials, how it feels, how it looks, how it sounds, what it reminds me of. Write those things down. How does it look? How does it feel? How does it sound? What does it remind you of? What does it remind you of? Oh, this paint feels. Oh, this color feels. In part, why traditional media is soothing, spiritual, real, and sensual. So here's doing a little bit of these blobs. And I'm just, listen, I'm pressing really hard. And I made a little color palette. Now I'm going to take my brush. I have my water. I showed you in another video how I use my spray bottle to spray the paints. And I sprayed them before this, but they could use a little, especially the gouache. Oh, ow, that was loud. I have a candle over here. So I don't know what I'm even going to do. I didn't get this far. So what I want you to do is take some paint. This is the opera pink. The materials are all on the Make Art That Sells website. Will you type in how they get there, Becky or Jenny? So what I like to do, I'm blobbing more blob. Do you think I risk anything by bringing this down? Okay. I know Becky's probably having a heart attack along with me because this will probably show up in my face. We'll worry about that later. So what we have is, now I'm going to put some water here and it's physics, right? Let the water do its thing. And now I'm going to take I'm going to take this mush. Oh, now I can't see that. Okay, let's come over here. This is informal. We're hanging. We're just a bunch of people hanging. Look at this gorgeous, muddy. Look how beautiful already. So I'm going to make some blobs. And tomorrow we're going to make flower blobs. So this is all I want. I'm not thinking. I'm not saying, what should I do? I look, oh, I like this pink, and my brush is dirty. See, it has orange on it, but that's going to make it more interesting. So I want to make these a little more circular. These are starting to look the same. So I'm going to rinse out my brush, and I'm going to put more of this brown in here. And you probably want to know, this is Indian red, and then a little drop of green. This one here, I'm going to make really vivid. Oh, beautiful. And this one, I'm going to add a little bit of this glittery blue, which will mute it because we do know opposites. Orange and blue are opposites on the wheel, so we're going to get more of a mud, a beautiful mud. Are you loving this? Are you happy? It sounds like I'm talking to a little child. Oh, I want these all different. So put a little more blue in here. There, now I'm happy. A little more blue. Oh, you're catching up on your lettering minis. British Jenny just happened to have it already copied from. Oh, I missed Upper Park Pink Swoon. Is this? I know I saw you say that. So, this is another one of my favorite colors, Winsor Newton Green Gold. Look at this. Also thinking of how they meet, getting rid of some of the white space so they look like they fit together nicely. So you see the first coat, when it was thin, it's very yellow. And when you go darker, you have more of the green in there. And then I'm going to I try not to do the same things in every blob. I try to see how many different things I can do.
Lilla, I've got a question from Julie.
Yes.
She says,
Yes.
how do textures and watercolors translate to the fabric industry? It seems like many require a limited color palette of 8 to 10 colors.
That's sometimes true, but more and more they're doing it digitally and photographing. So most of our artists work full color. So I wouldn't worry about it. Does anybody here have experience with that? It kind of depends on the company. Somebody writes some, oh, thank you, Tylee. Fabric does require colors to be separated, but I can have up to 17. Okay. Does anybody have a fabric company that's unlimited? See how I'm talking? I'm not thinking. I'm feeling. Do I like something? Oh, I want to use this pink. These are better fresh out of the tube, the sparkly ones, but if you get them really, 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 really wet. So don't forget, it's the sale. This is our second biggest sale of the year. The next one is the end of the year but if you want, we have a semester program I just think that's so cool. Cheaper than oh my God, I'm in love. Cheaper than regular college, of course. And what you can do is it's the semester where you take all the courses and from now to the end of the year. And it's really a commitment to yourself. I'm there and come every day. And also on Saturday we have Tamisha talking about her new course on style, and everybody loves Tamisha and Riley. They'll be visiting with me, and while I do, first I'll do a demonstration for 20 minutes, and then we'll have them. So let's see. Let's try something. Let's go small. And I'm not even going to blend them. I'm just going to kind of make a little page of my colors and how they sit. And now what we're going to do, to never leave your brush sitting in the water. You wash it off, let it sit on your table or down, facing down. The point should never touch anything. And let's see. We're going to dry these. See this? Paper source, the dryer, heat gun. So, are there any questions anywhere?
Yeah, Lilla, we've got another question from Shay. How do you avoid losing the vibrancy of colour when you move to digital or scanning?
I'm sorry. Before you say that, I see Art Lounge says Rachel Taylor knows quite a bit about. Yes, she knows all about it. She's courses on it. She shared that with digital printing, where'd that go? Where it go? With digital printing these days, the notion of separating colors is not needed. Yeah, because it's just photographed. Okay, what's that, Becky? I'm sorry.
That's okay. How do you avoid losing the vibrancy of colour when you move to digital or scanning? That's from Shay.
You shouldn't really lose anything if you have a good scanner or a very recent cell phone. And then you can also go in and even in photos, like iPhoto photos, you can adjust levels so beautifully. Where can you hear me over this? Or should I do one thing at a time?
We can kind of hear you, Lilla. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you can increase intensity, brightness, everything. It shouldn't be any problem. See how I have my notes? So I'm not pretending this is all like organized. So now I want to show you colored pencils with this. So I can add a little bit, and it's still so wet, but that's going to be good when I get to my dip pen. I think I showed you this last time. Beth gave me this one. I'm really my co-founder, Beth, by the way, get her book, Kokoro, Kokora, Kokoro. Oh my God, I just got it like 2 days ago. It's really, well, I think it's her best book yet. But, every book she writes is her best book yet. But it's also the most personal. And I said to her, when you write a book that's personal and tells us about you, that's going to be your big bestseller. So it's wonderful. It's not like anything else. So what I've done is this is a dip pen, and this is just a Dollar Rowney FW acrylic ink. You can use any black ink. This is wet, so who knows what this is going to do? Do you know? Let's go do it on here. Boom. See, can you get that in digital? And don't get me wrong, I was a beta tester for Photoshop when it first came out, along with Milton Glazers and all the pushpin graphic people, Seymour Quast, and all those guys. And yet, I mean, come on, right? What I'm doing is, I love when I get up here and it's thin. Do you hear that? Listen. And I'm not going to use this for anything. I'm not making a beautiful piece. It's a test. It's a test. Well, that's kind of a harsh word. Maybe let's call it, it's play. Okay, we're going to play. So when you're taking my courses and you get a mini assignment, think of doing this before you even get to start on your mini. I don't even really know what I'm doing right now. It's good to have a few icons that you are familiar with, that you're comfortable with, like maybe a face. There's a little guy. Experiment. Yeah, that's a good word. You know, I'm warming up. I'm feeling the beauty of the paper. Um, oh my God. I'm dying here, people. So how is this? How is this for you? Love that little guy. Thank you, Sue. Let's give him a shirt. It's like pajamas. Oh, it looks like the Whoosy guy in whatchamacallit book. Sorry, I'm all right-brained right now. So effortless but so effective. Good. Max, right. I'm not trying to copy that. Love his eye shape. Gorgeous. Love the play. Yeah, are you having fun? Like, does this make you want to break out your watercolors and your pen? So don't forget, tomorrow we're going to do blob flowers, but not like this, a little more specific. I'm going to do a different kind of leaf. I'm using pressure, thin, thick.
Lilla, Renee wants to know what type of dip pen that is. I know we've probably got it on the materials list, but have you got any details on it?
Um, I don't, I think it's Tom's, which is British, but I'm going to show you something. Here's a ratty old, I don't even know what, like a basic speedball. And I don't know what nib, it's maybe Hunt's 99. You tell me which one's different. I don't know. I don't notice a difference. See what I'm saying? There's not a lot of, I mean, I've been using dip pens for like 50 years. Yeah, is that right? 55 years. God, that sounds so old and long. I don't know a difference. That's me. I mean, some are firmer, some are softer. I do like the Hunt's 99 nib, but you can play around. And you know it would be really fun if you made a page. Yeah, I'm 69 and a half. You can't, you could make a page where you do a test like this is the Hunt. And the beauty of age is that you can talk about things. You have knowledge. My son came in and he said, Mom, that's so cool that you can do like, this is what you're going to do a Zoom on. That's so cool. Yeah, that's what I want for you. That's a creative career. AI can't do what I'm doing right now, right? So you be as much you as you can. Okay, I think we're going to go back to Becky. If you can make me the main thing photo image. Oh, here I am. Hi. And there we go. The host is spotlighted. Nope, I'm not. I'm muting there. So echo. Okay, I got this in Madrid about 10, 15 years ago. Isn't that awesome? And that is lettering I did for Levi's. back in the day. Huge campaign. I got to put my pen somewhere. I don't get it on me. Do you have questions? Are there do you want to read me any questions, Becky, that anybody's putting in?
Yeah, there's a question from Sue. I've got echo. Oh, that's really distracting.
I don't hear it though.
Oh. Okay, I'll carry on. So Sue says, do clients generally prefer to have the cold pressed watercolor texture removed?
No. If clients want your watercolor, they can remove, like, okay, I know I'm going to spill this on me. In 7th grade, I spilled my ink bottle all over my new dress. I still remember. Didn't help. I wasn't full. If you scanned this in, you can simply silhouette, do magic wand and get rid of the white. And it's all adjustable. Levels, go to levels and all that. Don't worry about that. Next question. Yeah, I get to keep the cold press texture. And if I were to put this in a book, let's say I was doing a watercolor book, and I'd want the whole piece in there. Or it depends whoever asked the question, what are you thinking for? Are you going to be teaching live editorial class again? I don't have plans right now. The courses I have now are the courses coming up are Becky, what are the courses coming up? And we have a giveaway soon. I made a post-it. I swear to God. I was prepared at the time. Oh, look, British Jenny, illustrating children's books in May, one of our most popular classes. Let me tell you this, as an agent hat, picture books are the biggest way, one of the biggest income producers for you as a creative. Absolutely. You're super fast. Taking it for a second time, can't wait. Sue, that's great. Lydia, can't wait. That's great. Yes, character boot camp. Oh, character boot camp is next? Right? What's next? Where's the sketch? But anyway, we have Arty book pitch, Tamisha's course in the fall, which is the art and style course. I see. Okay, so illustrating children's books, then character boot camp, then Tamisha's style, then my Arty book pitch. This is an Arty book for those just joining. It's all on the website. They said to me, team said, you don't have to worry about anything, Lilla, just do this, and tell them to go to the website for all the deets. I just know that what I'm supposed to be teaching what. Oh, British Jenny says, get it all for 40% off. Yeah, so I think that's the semester where you're with me for many, many months, and it's a commitment to your creative career. I'm not going to lie. You can't kind of do this and expect to get a picture book or an arty book or something like that just by sort of maybe every so often. You have to give it a focus. You have to make time for it. Not 40 hours, but you have to make time. You have to do it. And how do you do it? By having deadlines, by having motivations, which is very important. What I do in the course, I make the courses as fun as possible and interesting and trick you into doing your best work. I do cliffhangers so you don't know why you're drawing blobs, maybe, or drawing music boxes or vintage cars. And then suddenly you have an assignment and you're using what you've drawn and you're halfway there for the big assignment, the portfolio piece. So the courses provide the motivation, they provide the structure, and they provide deadlines. Deadlines are a creative person's best friend. That and organization is the secret of life. If Lilla doesn't answer tonight, she'll be talking about florals in tomorrow's Camp Zoom. That is true. Okay, what's the question? Was there a question about florals? Florals are great for your portfolio in every market. So anyway, picture books, huge. We'll be talking about that a bit more. And tomorrow we'll be working on florals. Can you use gouache and watercolor in the same painting, Juliet? Yes, you can. Do you work much larger to not resolution from the traditional media? You don't have to work larger, but you have to scan it in so it's at least 300 DPI. Scan it in or take a really good photo. I really want to take this is Lori. I really want to take the illustrating children's book class. I will be away for a week and will miss some of the lives. Should I wait till next year? No, because you're motivated now. Do it now. You miss a week, you can come back. You have access to it for some months. And you can, if you're on vacation, you could at least listen to the review or download the assignment or the materials and watch along if you don't have time to make it. A lot of my students are working full-time. They want to transition to illustration either full-time or they want to get some supplemental work to their career, or maybe they have a bunch of babies at home they're taking care of and they only have limited time. So it's just about watching, one less show, 3 less shows a week on TV, and using some of that time for sitting down, making a little art. Lydia says, I've done the classes on vacation. Would you recommend the course to a second-year illustration student still in university? I was just at the hairdresser's earlier today, and the woman next to me was young, and she was telling her stylist how college, the art school she went to, did not prepare her. Now, I love art school. I love it. No knocking it. It's great. But a lot of, I'm an agent. I assign work every day. I see what my Susan and Kim assign every day. I've been in the business 30 years as an agent, 10 years before that as an illustrator, 12 then. So I've been in this a long time. And I know what people are looking for, what the subject matter is, what you want in a picture book, what's happening in the collective unconscious and the collective conscious, what's being published, what's being commissioned. I see that. And not every teacher, and I taught at Parsons first semester, business of illustration, but I was so busy I couldn't continue. So a lot of times people that do teach full time may be incredible teachers, 100%, and may or may not know what's going on commercially. I don't know. Please don't misquote me. They're great teachers. I had some of the most incredible teachers in art school who got me loosened up and gave me confidence, whatever. But number one, this is more real world. Number two, I pride myself on my teaching style and ways of bringing out the best in everybody, making everybody feel special and comfortable. I know how to get you better in your work, and it's a lot cheaper than art school. So again, a lot of great people teach, and I'm all for that. This is just my perspective as an online course person. I've learned, Lydia says, I've learned more from you about the biz than I did in art school. Thank you. Yeah, and most people who teach don't really want to talk about the biz. It's not as fun as like just mushing around paint. Aaron says, Lilla, I'm in talks with a major fabric supplier, and that would have never happened if I hadn't started taking your classes 2 to 3 years ago. Yay, Aaron, I'm so happy. What were last year's most popular themes and subjects, says Uma. Wow. Well, I teach a lot of classes every year that are a lot of weeks long. So that's a big question. But if you go to the sales page on Matt, you go to the Matt's website, Make Art That Sells website, we have images that the students have done. So you can kind of see that. RP, hi RP, my art business would not have existed without your classes. Oh, thank you. Donata, for sure. I learned so much. Zoom user. After boot camp, I got 5 commissions right away. Zoom user, what's your name? Oh, that's so nice. British Jenny. Hi, Erin. If you want to be featured in Matt's newsletter, do email me at jenny@makeartthatsells.com. That goes to everyone. Yeah, that's really good. Oh, Nita, good. Um, yeah, British Jenny, anybody who's had any success stories, you took a Matt's course, you did a portfolio piece, you got a picture book, or you got some work. Donata says, I would never have gotten a picture book deal without the illustrating children's book course. Yeah, well, my co-teacher is Zoe Tucker, who is an art director, and she's hired people from the course. So, and she knows what she's talking about. Oh, Dawn says, I'm a senior packaging designer at Blick Art Materials. Oh, man, after taking a boot camp course. Dawn, I'm an influencer. Send me materials. I will demonstrate live. It's my new thing. I want to be a little bit of an influencer and get free stuff and show it. I'm serious. Lilla at lillarogers.com. Okay. I would love that. British Jenny's cracking up. Yeah. A friend of mine is like, Lilla, you should be an influencer. Get materials and promote them. I will. Yes, Lilla, get it. Awesome, Dawn. Catherine's iPad. I'm a 63. Oh, you're young, 63-year-old plein air impressionist painter. And my style is so different, but I really want to learn this. I don't have much confidence though. Catherine, are you a human being on this planet? That's a miracle. That's a gift. You are unique. You're special. So I hope I can help build your confidence. Confidence comes from being excited about the materials, like we talked about in the beginning. When you're excited to use a new colored pencil, that bypasses the other junk to a degree. It's a process. I'm not going to lie. Thank you for agreeing, Raquel. And what I want you to do, if you do Impressionism and maybe you want to do something more contemporary, go to your favorite gift shop and look at cool stuff that's being produced. Go to vintage junk shops. Oh, Art Lounge. Lilla, you were already an influencer before it became fashionable and haven't stopped since. Thank you, Art Lounge. Who are you? What's your real sneaky name? Oh, is Art Lounge or Leah? Thank you, British Jenny. That's great. Me, fingers crossed for everything. So true. Congratulations, Mel. I want to start my illustration career, and I'm a mom and part-time office worker, but don't know where I should put my focus. Children's illustration, surface designer, editorial. Is there a course that can help me figure out where I'm more suitable for my style, watercolors? You know what? I would look at the website, and whichever one gets you most excited in your body, you get like, oh, I really want to do that. I like that art. That's the one. Sign up. And it doesn't matter because, like, you can do, here's a good example. Like, okay, is my artist, Katie Vernon, is she a greeting card artist? Greeting card? Is she somebody, should she illustrate books? It's, it doesn't really matter. Your style is translatable to so many markets. Let's say we promoted this piece, and which we didn't. She did this piece for the book, but let's say she did this piece and some other sort of magically pieces, and she got this gig from that. And then we promoted some more, and maybe someone said, oh, let's have her do a 4-card box set, cards. And she's done everything: maps, puzzles, editorial. Greg's in the house. What did Greg do now? Greg, I can't wait to see you in France. Oh, Greg recommends any course. Good. Boot camp is great. Yeah, this lettering boot camp. I have a question, okay? Can you all help me for a sec? I'm thinking, and I'm crazy because I'm always making new courses, but I'm thinking of doing, you know how we have boot camp lettering right now? Yes, absolutely. You know how I'm doing lettering boot camp? Oh, I want to do a world tour. You know what I want? I don't want much. Okay. I've had every possible joy in my careers. I've had ups and downs and worries and stress and joys. Now, over the past couple decades, it's just been beautiful. But um, I would like a TV company to take me to artists' houses or studios and help them get organized, help them with their confidence, help them with their artwork, help them with their career, like all the parts. Wouldn't that be so cool? I'm like Queer Eye, I guess, but I'm the artist guy. Oh, wouldn't that be so great? So, oh, is that a thing? Is there an art guy show? Anyway, if anybody knows people to tell, um, that would be cool. So back to my next course, and we're going to tie this up in a sec, but we have a giveaway. I'm going to give away already the illustrating children's book course in a sec. Would you like a course where it's like lettering, but it's with art materials? Now, it would be next year sometime. Art materials. And how would it would be, yeah, like lettering, but art materials. Okay. Why would that be helpful? Because a return to analog. Oh, Leah, good title. Wow. British Jenny, can you remember that? A return to analog? Will the lettering go to self-paced, or do we have to wait till next year? It would help me loosen up, would push me to experiment. I want to fall in love with art materials again. I'm afraid to make a mess because from the flow. Sounds great just getting back. Yeah, and it would be little bite-sized things. I don't know if it would be minis once for the first week, and then the big assignments, or it would be like little micro minis, one a day or something. Yes, your perspective would help us focus on what it moves so fast, would help us focus on what matters when translating art into commercial art. Thank you. Thank you, Cindy. You should reach out to Happy Ever Crafter. What's that, Zoom user? Even working at Blick, I found out that many materials I'd never heard of before. Oh, would that be maybe get Blick to work with me on this, and they can send me stuff and I can incorporate it into the class with different testing, because I don't know every material. I don't. Cheaper than Sketchbox. Yes, Lilla, art supply bundle with Blick. Oh, Rachel always has deals, also has deals. Oh, workshop week is fantastic. Okay. Well, we'll see. We'll see. I already have a few tricks up my sleeve for next year. So that's good. Exciting to discover new materials. And I want to include somehow an agent's perspective. But anyway, if anybody has ideas, email me at lilla@lillarogers.com. You can give me your ideas. This is how we work. It's very, if I wanted to feel comfortable, I don't want to be the teacher on a throne, I want to be your buddy. So now we're going to do the giveaway. Here's how we do it. Okay. How I work as an agent. Yeah, that's a whole thing. Yes, I second the YouTube channel. We have a YouTube channel, but I should go live on. I like this. We'll see. Enough about me. Let's give you a prize. So here's how this works. You can enter as often as you. Ooh, thank you. Thank you, Keely. You can enter in the chat as often as you want, as many times. It goes very, very fast. Oh my God, we have almost 300 people in here. I didn't even see that. Oh, that's so good. Okay. Thank you, Jenny, for promoting it so well. I like a lot of people because it's more, the chat is so rich. So you can answer as many times as you want. It goes really fast. Whoa, just knock this. And Becky is going to try to find the answer as quickly as she can. I will look too. No, the answer is not blobs, Laura. Thank you. But I'm going to say a category and you're going to guess. No, it's not paint or magenta. No, it is an art supply, kind of. An art supply. And you will win illustrating children's book course. Oh, that it? And I'm going to give it.
Yeah.
Did you? I didn't. Okay.
Not yet.
Oh, I'm going to scroll down to the holy. It starts with an R.
Oh,
But ruler. Whoa. Oh, stop. Stop. Oh my God. Okay. We can all stop now. And I think the first one I saw, and this is not the first one I see, is Michelle. Oh, to hosts and panelists. Whoop, Michelle. So which Michelle is that? Oh boy. Okay, Michelle, can you type in Michelle? Yeah, Michelle to hosts and panelists. Michelle, select on the blue thing, turn it to everyone. Select everyone. No one in Spanish, Lilla. It's not fair. I know. I do try to think of a word that's not so unique. Michelle Lehman, what is a ruler?
Michelle Lehman.
Is that who it is? Michelle Lehman? This is a ruler. I'm sorry about the language thing. We do, there are times we pick something and we're like, that's too obscure and too American. So we do try, but there you go. Oh, Michelle Lehrman. Good. So what does she do? She said ruler. Ruler was the answer. What does she do, Becky? Write to hello at Make Art That Sells?
She writes to Louise. Yeah.
Okay, so write to Louise at hello@makeartthatsells.com and say that you won illustrating children's books from today's thing. Oh, and look, Louise is in the house. Hey, Louise, and she put that in there. So that was great. We'll be doing a giveaway tomorrow on Saturday. I hope I see everybody. Bring any questions you have. We will be working with new inspiration, new materials. We'll be doing a flower. And on the third day, we'll be doing embellishments from a vintage brochure from the 1800s that I have, and to help improve your work. Okay. This was such a pleasure. I really enjoyed being with everybody. And I'm really glad that we can hang out. Do sign up now during the sale because you want to save money. You're going to take classes. So now's the time. So, and I will see you in class. Thank you again, everybody. This was a real pleasure, and I will talk to you soon. See you soon. Bye.